So let's discuss about the most important skill in communication, that is listening. Now, as you can see in this slide, I've always told you communication skills has 4 areas: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. If you look at this figure carefully, listening and reading are called comprehensive skills. Listening and reading comes under comprehensive skills, whereas speaking and writing comes under production skills. Because when you read, you have to interpret the text, comprehend. When you listen, you need to listen carefully and interpret the text, and then comprehend, try to understand the gist of the information. So, comprehensive skills are required for reading and listening, whereas writing and speaking you require to produce what knowledge you have about language. Now, let's try to understand how listening and speaking are linked together. We are going to focus more on significance of listening. This is a topic. Okay? To understand listening, first you need to understand that listening and speaking are top skills for winning through GDs and job interviews. So most of the job interviews require you to clear initial phases where group discussion is a part of a screening test. Screening test in the sense people are judged for their communication skills through some activities, where group discussion is one of them. Even when you are giving an interview, you need to communicate in English, and that's where they get to know your communication skills. So when you are attempting a group discussion as well as you're giving an interview, both are important, not just speaking, remember that. Listening is also important. So there are certain facts about reading. The more one reads, the more one knows. You read, your knowledge increases. The more one writes, the more one reflects. The more you write, you're reflecting upon what you have gained knowledge. The more one listens, the more one learns. You are a good listener, you're learning more. The more one listens and the more one speaks, the more one communicates. If you are just listening and at the same time you're speaking, see, the more one listens and the more one speaks, then you're communicating more. The more one communicates, the more successful one becomes. I told you that in order to achieve the ladder of your success, communication skills plays a very important role, not your hard skills. Your soft skills and communication skills play an important role if you really want to be successful in your career. So let's try to understand what listening is all about. Listening is an integral part of communication, though much ignored. People think that, okay, I need to communicate, I need to concentrate only on speaking, but that's not the case. Okay? Communication and human relationships go hand in hand. If you are a good communicator, your relationship with people around you, people at workplace, enhances. So both are going hand in hand. Positive relationships can develop only on the degree and intensity of communication. If you want to have good relationship, you want to have positive relationship, okay, it all depends on the degree and intensity of communication. But communication is not just speaking. Listening and speaking are both. The more you listen and the more you speak, the more you communicate. Remember that. So both are very important factors in communication. The more intense a relation, the more deep communication develops. So the more the relationship is intense, again the communication develops more. So there are certain misconceptions about communication. Let's try to understand them. People think that if I am speaking means I am communicating. Speaking is communication. It's wrong. People think that good speaking is good communication. People think, oh, I can really can speak very hi-fi English with lot of vocabulary and I use a lot of idioms and phrases. That doesn't mean you're a good communicator. This is another wrong misconception. Talkative people communicate better than calm and silent people. Now, there might be students here who are very silent. Some might, really speak. But that doesn't mean that people who are talkative are good communicators. It's a wrong, again a misconception. To be a good speaker, you don't have to be a good listener. People think that I can speak, that's it. Whenever anybody asks me to speak, I can come on the stage. I don't have any stage fear. I can communicate, I can speak. But that doesn't mean that, I don't have to really be a good listener. That is wrong. This is also misconception. Next. Then there are some more misconception about listening. Only intelligent people can listen. It's not the case. Okay, in fact, active listening is a cultivated behavior. It has got nothing to do with intelligence. You want to be a good listener, you have to cultivate it as a daily habit. Just like you discipline yourself, right? Students wake up early in the morning for studies. It's considered to be very auspicious and good time to wake up early in the morning at around 4:35 and do that. That comes by habit. You can't say all of a sudden I can do it. No. Listening is also a cultivated behavior. It has got nothing to do with intelligence. Next. Speaking is more important than listening. No, not at all. Speaking is not, it's not like that. Both are important. Both are equally important. Speaking is important, but listening is also equally important. Speaking consumes energy, not listening. Now you might think that, oh, ma'am is talking since morning continuously from 9 o'clock and she's going to continue. So she's going to spend a lot of energy. It's not the case. If you are listening to in my class, you are attentively listening, trying to concentrate as much as possible, even you are consuming this equal amount of energy, not just speaking. Even good listening consumes energy. Listening is an unconscious process. No. It is, you have to be totally conscious. Your mind has to be there physically in the class. Okay, you have to put efforts to make sure that you're concentrating. So, listening is not an unconscious process, rather it is a mental process. Okay, and hearing is an involuntary act. Now see, as I'm speaking, as we are there in the class, sometimes we might get some disturbance. There might be a sound of the generator, there's a sound of the fan. These are all, we are able to hear it. But hearing and listening are two different things. We can hear sometimes. Assimilation, interpretation, evaluation, and response. These are all mental activity. That's why I said you consume equal amount of energy as a speaker does. Next. So the first step in becoming a good listener is keep the mind open. Don't let your mind wander here and there. Go somewhere else. Keep it open to receive. Okay? So the mind is like a parachute. If you keep it open, it will blow and it goes high. It functions only when it is open. Parachute has got no function if it is not open. Okay? So here's one simple activity that I'll just show you. Once upon a time, the students at the University of California were asked by Mr. Agnew of the Department of Medical History for their reaction to the following. It so happened that in the University of California, there was this Mr. Agnew who was from a medical department. Okay. Now he asked a question. Okay, and he wanted a response from the students. So he said this: the father had syphilis, the mother tuberculosis. They have had 4 children. The first blind, the second died, the third was deaf and dumb, the fourth had tuberculosis. The mother is pregnant with her fifth child. The parents are willing to have an abortion. You have to make the decision. So you ask this question. This is a scenario he gave. This is the scenario he gave. Right? And then most of the students said, oh, if this is a scenario, then the mother should favor an abortion. And what Agnew said was, congratulations, you have just murdered Beethoven. That fifth child who was born later, of course he asked the students' opinion, but he was Beethoven. That he was a deaf musician, musical composer. He was deaf. Remember, he was deaf. And a child prodigy who gave his first public performance as a pianist when he was 8 years old. It's just like, how, just to tell that, this was an incident that he narrated. Okay? So I hope you understood the significance of listening, everybody. It is very, very important in communication skills. Thank you.